Captain Crunch again. It's good to see you. We've graduated from the good ship Eloquence to the good ship Frequent Flyer. If you recall, the good ship Eloquence was blessed with a tiller. The good ship Frequent Flyer is blessed with a wheel. It's actually 60 inches in diameter. It's rather large, but it's worth it because this is a racing machine. Notice that we keep the life sling hung low to keep the windage low. Notice that she's got running backstays. Now, some people call that ancient. Some people call it a lot too much work. It's both. However, they're worth it because it's part of a racing machine. We've got the pedestal with the compass. We even have inboard power. This is the fuel. This is the gear shift. There's a folding prop under here. This baby's a talker. You've got the ignition switch right here. Here we got a little pump. Let's see. One thing that you need to remember, as in the past, is about lobster pots. You don't want them plaguing you. If they would just mark them, say paint them red, I'd see every one of them. Some of them are blue, some of them are blah. That's because the lobster guys don't work together. However, that will come later. As you recall, there's the issue of safety on the water. Safety on the water is a matter of personal preference. Some people feel safe with no tender, like us. For the meantime, some people feel unsafe with no tender, like me personally, but my directors have it. It's all depending on the conditions, where you're going, what your plans are. In any case, we like to keep up with the state of the art as far as the safety material, vessels, emergency equipment. As you can see, we have wonderful instrumentation on board. There's a wonderful volume of instruments. You can see we have boat knots, we have feet, we have wind direction, we have everything. You can see at this point that we're going 23 miles an hour, and we're in 5.3 feet of water, which kind of scares me because the boat draws 5.5. However, she's quick and strong, and she can cut her way right through this mud. Now, if you hit a rock, then maybe that's a little different. Now we're up to 23 miles an hour. 23. Listen, I'm surprised that we can even hang on at this speed. This is a short session on safety equipment. This is our mom. It's better known as the Man Overboard module, but it's our mom. We compare it to our life sling. We compare it to a life preserver. It's not comparable. It's better. It's our mom. Man Overboard module. It comes with instructions. Instructions to the crew and instructions to the person overboard. What's wrong with this picture? Instructions to the person overboard? Now, if we were making 2 or 3 knots, or 7 knots, the person overboard is going to have a very difficult time hearing these instructions after, I got it. What we should do is, when we go sailing with a group of people, pick the person that's most likely to fall overboard and tape this piece, or actually copy it and tape it to them. Or give them an envelope with these instructions inside it. After reaching the horseshoe, put it around your chest and close the buckle. Reaching the horseshoe? I've played horseshoes. I can't believe there's a horseshoe in here, but maybe there is. Open the equipment kit and signal devices, and use signal devices as necessary. Now, how do they know what's necessary? What if they're like somebody that never sailed before and as necessary? I guess they're just going to have to practically attempt to figure it out and then remain calm and await rescue. Lots of people have done that in life. It hasn't always benefited them. Sometimes it's better to get a little excited and make some noise. And you can, you know, it's called the squeaky bolt gets oiled or something to that effect. So that's it, about it for the mom. Then we got, when there's an emergency at sea, one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that you don't have time to decide about designer stuff. What you want is adequate material. Now, you know the United States Navy and the Air Force know about adequate material, especially when it comes down to saving their pilots. So, what we have here is an actual vintage, it's vintage, can't let that bother me. I got it for cheap. It's a 1943 one-man pilot's life raft. The pilot goes down, parachutes down, he's got this attached to him. It's not as small as when they first packaged it, but believe me, I saved a lot of money on this, and it's a good piece of equipment. It comes from the Navy, Air Force, Navy. What's the difference? What you do, simple. In an emergency, you simply jettison this. As you hop in it, guaranteed, that's going to inflate. So, it's an emergency, say it's emergency, you're landing in a parachute, whatever, you simply hop in it, and where the hell is it? Well, thank you. A lot of help you are. Looks like I'm helping you more than... But it's not inflating. Yeah, well, let's see, 1943. I can't do the math right now, but... And in continuation of articles for safety and prudence at sea, we can't stress enough the importance of being properly dressed. There's an unspoken dress code on every sailing vessel. We attempt to dress our crew uniformly on the good vessel, frequent flyer. And so I try to make an example myself for the crew. And all I can tell the crew is, if you dress like me, you can dress for success at sea. As I was saying, what we're looking for in footgear on board the ship is good contact with the deck surfaces. You want to have as much contact with the surfaces as possible. You need to be able to scramble forward and take care of problems on the foredeck if need be. You need to be able to scramble back when the boat is covered in spray. So that's the purpose of you, in case you were wondering. That's my reasoning. Well, we managed to smoke the fleet again, Wainwright. You know, one of the reasons that our instructor is virtually untouched is that we have an option here on the big vessel frequent flyer. Rather unique option. It's a dual steering system. We cover each other's backs this way. As you can see, we're far ahead of the fleet. I constantly correct our course, doing it the direction I feel is important. I'm constantly looking out for competition. We can't seem to find any today because we smoked them all. It's a quick lesson on rights of way on the water. Sailing vessel has right of way over power vessel. Commercial vessel has right of way over sail vessel or power vessel. In the channel, things get more complicated. This is not a channel, it's an open body of water. The boat happens to be on starboard tack at the time, which gives us right of way over the boat's on port tack. Very quick. And speaking of rights, I have a notion that the Bill of Rights, or I'm not quite sure what amendment it is, but it's the one concerning arms. And it's the right to keep and bear arms. Now, this may sound new to you, but I've given it a great deal of thought. And if you stop and think about it, the Bill of Rights, all that was written in July It may have been in the 1700s, but it was still hot in July in this part of the world, assuming that's where it was written, and I believe it was. And when it comes down